We're out here river fishing and we wanted to go live for you guys today. So come along with us. I'm gonna get some pack bait out and see if we can get them some carp, some river carp, some slimy river carp buds. See what we can do.
Fishing with 2 rods this morning just because it's a smaller spot in a very snaggy area.
We got that panko, oatmeal, corn, and strawberry jello.
Well, good morning, rigging for Fatties. He's up this morning already. He said good luck. Good morning, buddy. If you're out, good luck to you.
He was out flathead fishing last night.
Was he?
I think so. So he's probably been out since last night.
You still out there, Chris? Or how'd you do last night? Going for the carp buds today. It's going to be a hot one. He said just made it home.
Did you have any luck, bud? Catch any blues or anything?
Any flatties?
Any flatties?
Bite's been super slow, really difficult here this year. I feel like everywhere for real. It's been a very monsoony season.
The spawn's been on hard
That
already
too.
this year. But that's okay, the carp are biting, so. See if we can get any of these slimy guys to bite today.
Oh no, he said it lost would have been his PB flatty in the act. That is heartbreaking.
I'm sorry, man. That
Dang.
sucks. That sucks so bad.
Don't worry, go back and get him.
That's true.
How big you think he was?
Look at that woodpecker.
Oh, that was a huge woodpecker.
That is heartbreaking though when you lose a fish that big.
He said easy 60 plus.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. That sucks. It will happen for you though, brother, and it'll probably be an even bigger fish than that one.
And I hope you get dragged around in that freaking kayak.
I know what you mean. That's why we only use 2 rods in this river spot. Like, these fish are so strong, and I can only imagine what a 60-pound flathead could pull you into or what it could do.
Curtis is in here. He said good morning. Allison and Gabby.
Morning, Curtis.
Good morning. We just pulled up and decided to do a little pop-up live. Got a couple rods out. We're at one of our favorite river spots. Little tiny area next to a railroad track in the middle of nowhere.
There's more Amish people out here than anything.
Decided to do a little pop-up 4th of July fishing. Get on the river and fish for a couple hours before it hits 90 degrees today.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hot one.
Yep, but it's the 4th of July. Gotta get out and fish.
River's moving pretty calm.
Yeah, this river's down about 2 or 3 feet from what it had been flowing.
Normally.
But this river, for how small it is and how shallow, holds a lot of fish. It's insane. The amount of bowfin, carp, catfish, and turtle in here is unreal.
Yeah, we've caught some channels in here. The carp bites too slow. Oh. Too slow?
That was a weird bite.
Yeah. Ooh.
I hope it's not a turtle.
Don't say that. Not to start the morning, at least.
Yeah, right.
We are using that pack bait though, so he might want to, if it is a turtle, you might want to pick up a couple pieces of corn.
Yeah.
We're not using hair rigs today. We tied up our own leaders with what? Probably about a, I don't even know what those hooks are. A 2,
Yeah.
maybe.
They're like a mix between a J and an octopus hook type looking thing.
We have used hair rigs here before, but every time they break off. So we decided to tie up our own little leaders with some braid, and
When you're
that's
river
been working
fishing,
great.
yeah, when you're river fishing, you need a line that's a little tougher.
Can't trust those hair rigs here anymore.
It might have been it coming off a stick.
Yeah, there are so many log jams and sticks on this river, and it's constantly changing. This river will go from raging to dried up to just about nothing.
It can go from like 15 feet of flow to like barely 2 feet.
Riggin said use cream style corn in your pack weight. Nope, just regular corn, no cream corn.
No, we just didn't buy any this time.
Actually, I have a big old can with me right now. Show you guys what we're using here. This is actually yesterday's pack bait left over, but just regular whole kernel corn. We got the big ones, 2 of those. And an entire box of just some regular panko breadcrumbs. And the old Jello. I don't know why they. Ooh, babe. Carp. Here we go. Ooh, he took you right in that stick too. Did he get out?
No, I'm gonna have to let him swim out. All right, I'm gonna let him off a little bit. He went straight into that.
Right in that log jam, huh?
I'm grinding on stuff.
It's that big log down there. And like I was saying, just the regular Jello. Might have to let him try to swim out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Actually, I don't even think that's a log. I'm pretty sure it's an entire tree. Snag down there. That's where they be, though. Is he trying to swim toward you?
I don't know. I don't even know if he's on anymore. Yeah, he's still on there.
You just snagged up in that tree. Try him a little slack, see if he'll come out. If he's smart enough to do that. Chris said log donkey strikes again. Yeah, there's probably, that's probably like a 20-foot tree there, and it's running straight across from right at the bank right there, all the way to about up here, on top of some other log jams and sticks and
all kinds of madness.
Stuff mixed right in between there. So we're literally throwing like in log jams and right in between. Dumb old carp bug. See if we can pull him out. And there's no like walking this river either. It drops straight down. Otherwise I'd just hop down there and try to get it out myself. Wouldn't it figure?
I don't even feel him anymore.
Yeah.
Hopefully he got off.
Chris said he's heading back to bed. Good luck. Thanks, bud. We'll see if we can get this guy in if he swims out a little bit, or might have to break him off. Who knows? Appreciate you stopping in. We'll be here for a little while. Couldn't have figured the carp would find the one tree.
Yeah. I don't think he's on there anymore.
No.
I'm gonna have to cut that line though.
Lisa Swain. She said, let's go, Benoit ladies. Good morning, Lisa. Hello. Doing a little bit of pop-up river fishing. Going after for some carp. We had one massive takedown just a few minutes ago, and he took us right into a log jam. It's a very snaggy area. Trying to beat the heat a little bit here.
Trying to get on some carp.
Made our own pack bait. Actually left over from yesterday, but that's what we're using, some pack bait. Got our own leaders tied up here. Not using hair rigs today. Nice little bank spot here. Got the car backed up right here. Only using 2 rods. Just because of how snaggy it is and how chaotic it could be.
Right now we're gonna use one.
Yeah, right now we're using one. Gotta tie up the other one.
I had to break that one off.
Lisa said, okay, just no falling down. I know how you two are. All right, no promises.
No
that could be a very, very high possibility.
It'll be even funnier if you guys can see it live.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you watch the one video, that's we both ended up on our butt here, what, about a month or so back?
Yeah.
We'll definitely take you guys on the ride. So right down below here, this is a feeder creek. I'll bring you guys over and show you, and it just completely drops right there. The slope will be right here to the right-hand side. We'll be bringing these fish up. Doesn't look very steep, but there's a couple steps that people have carved out over the years and some rocks you're able to step on. But other than that, once you get on that wet mud, you step in the wrong spot and
you're on your butt.
Yep. That's how we got the look of poopy pants that day. And where we're fishing one of our river spots, favorite river spots. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, Amish country. This is a swampy marshland area. Lots and lots of carp here, lots of bowfin. Pull some channel rats out of here. If the carp bite isn't too quick, we'll probably step down right underneath here and throw a little worm and try and get a bluegill. Maybe we'll throw a bluegill out and see if we can pick up a channel river rat. And for right now, we are using our trophy cat rods as trophy carp rods today. Be here for a little while. We got a nice little shady tree over us, so we should be blocked by the sun for quite a while till it gets 90 degrees out here, and then we'll probably head out of here. This stretch of river here probably, man, goes for, I'd probably say over 20 miles zigzagging, but there's not too much bank access. And then if we end up muting you guys here pretty soon, we are actually fishing off of some railroad tracks. So we'll try to mute everybody if there's a train coming, just so your eardrums get blown out, because we're probably maybe 20 steps away from a railroad track. So when that sucker comes through, it's going to be loud.
It's July 4th. Maybe they took the day off.
Yeah, maybe. Independence Day. Lots of bowfin jumping around this morning. You can see the carp rolling around on the surface too. And we've got lucky enough not to get turtle in this spot, so hopefully that doesn't happen either. But yeah, we just figured we'd do a little pop-up. Oh, we're getting a little nibby. I think so. Something's trying to play with it.
I wonder if it's a bluegill.
It could be.
I'll bring it up and check it here in a minute when I go to throw this other one out. I got it tied up. Something's playing with it. You think bowfin will eat corn?
Never know.
Or it could be a channel.
That could be a possibility.
Because I know they'll eat corn. Channel cats will. I'll bring it up and check it in a minute.
Man, when these carp take this stuff down, holy cow.
For their size. For their size, it's nuts.
They are a hard fighting fish. And the 2 rods that we're using today, they're actually heavy rods, so trophy cat heavy rods.
Trying to be able to control the carp a little bit, trying to keep them out of the log jams,
trees.
That's what we're using. Probably just showed you guys already. If you've been on here long enough, you've seen it, but panko, oatmeal.
Got that hook buried in there.
Sweet corn. Jello.
So we might have to check that other
I'm
one.
going to. I'm going to bring it in.
And then we just gave a little toss of pack bait out there. But you got one little piece of corn on there.
Yeah, literally. Alright, recast.
And with this pack bait, you gotta cast out.
Just gotta check your stuff more often.
A couple times. We threw a handful out just when we got here. We started this live pretty much as soon as we got here, so we haven't even been here, I'd say 20 minutes. Got one nice takedown, but you got us
He
caught
went
up in
straight into a log. It was my fault. I shouldn't have casted it that close to it, and I know better, so.
That's all right.
We'll catch one.
That's river fishing for you.
Yep.
And this whole river is like this. Over 20 miles of just log jams. They don't clean this out. They don't go through and dredge this, nothing. This is a pretty much wildlife conservation area. Swamp marshland.
We've got the trumpeter swans here. And
Yes, we do.
The sand cranes.
Yep, and that is their breeding and
mating area.
Yeah. If you hear weird noises, it's probably them screaming in the background. If you've never seen those or don't have those wherever you guys live, look those up. Look at the...
They're huge.
Yeah, bring up some YouTube videos and listen to the sounds they make. It's literally like a dinosaur pterodactyl.
They look like pterodactyls.
Yeah, they're incredible birds. They're way bigger than pelicans, herrings. And then when we do land a fish, you guys get to laugh at us and watch us go down this super steep slope. trying to net it, and hopefully we don't end up on our butts. Wouldn't be the first time, and it definitely isn't going to be the last time, especially this spot. It's almost better to walk down a couple steps and sit on your butt and scoot, for real. And this mud and dirt is so slick, once you start going, you ain't stopping till you hit the water.
Second ball bait going out.
Lisa said if you do fall. Well, thanks, Lisa. At least if we fall down, we can get everybody to get some nice laughs.
Yep.
Shoot, where you're standing, it drops off, what, like 20 feet?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can catch. That first bite was so nice. I bet you it was a nice carp. He just took us right into that tree.
Oh, Bobby's in there. He said, I won't laugh, I promise.
Knew we could count on Bobby.
No promises that I can't see, Bobby.
I'll be laughing the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. He's saying, okay, he's lying. Steve Hooker Thomas is in here. He said, good morning, happy 4th. Happy 4th, buddy. Doing a little pop-up live, going after some carp. Got our panko bait out. Doing a little river fishing. Don't do too many pop-up lives, so figured we'd try and get on here and do one today. Take you guys with me over here so you can kind of see what we're fishing here besides the river. So that drops off. Doesn't look like much, but it does. It drops off about 20 feet there. And then off to the right here, this is where we'll be landing fish. We'll be climbing this huge slope in the weeds right here. And landing fish all the way down there. And hopefully we're not falling on our butts. But if we do, you guys get to laugh at us. And right here, underneath here, coming out into the river, you can probably see a little bit. That water's real clear. It's a feeder creek right here. So we're fishing the feeder creek mouth right here. Eric B's in here. Good morning. Welcome, welcome in. Thanks for coming in, stopping in, hanging out with us. Doing a little river fishing today. Bobby said, is that where you fell on your butt not too long ago? Yes, yes it was. And it didn't get one of us, it got both of us. Yep, we'll be running right down that little slope right there. The mudslide is what we call it. Because boy is it a mudslide. And it really doesn't look that steep, but once you get to it and you look straight down, it just goes straight down.
Yes, it does.
Got like 2 or 3 rocks you can step on. And then from there, it just goes straight down into a mud sinkhole, and then you're hitting the water. Thankfully, that feeder creek isn't too deep, so when we do fall in, it won't be that deep. The old mudslide. We also have our Trophy Cat ultralights with us, so, and some worms. Probably do a little messing around with that. We've caught bluegill and carp on worms too.
Bass.
There's some bass in here. Yeah, you pulled a crappie out of here. The one and only crappie I've ever seen out of here. Turtles. B said, please be safe. Oh, you betcha, buddy. can't laugh at yourself when you fall down. What can you do?
Yeah, and it's more mud down there than anything.
Mm-hmm. I did bust my butt pretty good the last time, though.
Not even on this spot, that was the other one.
Yeah. That spot was not so forgiving. Still feeling that one a little bit. And that was probably almost a week or two ago. Bobby said he'll catch back up in a few. Got some tires to finish. He said be safe. All right, Bobby, we'll check in with you later. Appreciate you stopping in, buddy. We'll
Yes.
be here for a little while before it gets too hot, so.
And this tree on our left keeps us shaded till almost noon, 1 o'clock. So
Yeah.
we'll be out here for a while. I'm gonna
Just-
bait these carp in.
Yep, just getting started.
It's the 4th of July, I ain't got nothing else to do. Might as well be fishing.
Some freedom fishing. You can feel the humidity and the mugginess already. It's probably already like 70 something degrees.
Yes, probably. Got our takedown rod holders on, holding our rods down.
Lisa said it was very comical when they fell right there. Well, maybe we'll keep you entertained again, Lisa.
Hey, anything to keep everyone entertained. And you know what? I would rather catch it on video so you guys can laugh with me instead
Right.
of just laughing at myself.
Bobby said he needs an address on the storage shed. Well, Bobby, don't keep promises you can't keep. We'll kidnap you. We do need to fish together sometime. You're little enough. You can fit in the boat too.
Oh, yeah.
The little 13-footer. We'll throw you up with me, and then you can keep the weight down a little bit more.
We just got
Just
some new stuff for the boat, actually. About it, so.
Yep, new addition to the boat. Well, newer addition to the boat. Not a new addition, but new to us. So that's exciting.
I mean, they're brand new. It was just made. We got to paint it, though. It's just
Yeah.
raw steel.
Oh, crap. There's a turtle. Don't be surprised if you get a turtle.
This morning, when we first got out of here, me and Allison could hear something rummaging through the bushes. And I'm not kidding you when I say a minx this long come out of the bushes and looked at us dead in the face and was like,
Hello, good morning.
and then literally just went that way, like calmly. He wasn't like scared of us or anything. It was really cute.
That was cute.
Little brown, they look like ferrets. Really cute. Lots of wildlife on this area.
Yeah, it's like a wildlife sanctuary here. Eric B, may I talk about my fishing tournaments coming up? Yeah, go for it, buddy. Put whatever links that you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa, Eric, if you have a thumbnail, send it. Post it to the group. Yeah, you can post it to our group too. Eric, I don't know if you follow us on Facebook, but we have a fishing group on Facebook too. It's Benoit Fishing Outdoors if you're not already a part of that too.
And you can always post on there, always.
Yep. Anybody is always welcome to share anything. Catfish, no catfish, little fish, we don't
Fishing-related,
care.
hunting, it doesn't matter.
Anyone's always welcome to share on that.
We try to keep the spam off of it really well, so.
Yes, it is a private group. When I set it up, I didn't really mean to set it up like that. Facebook screwed some stuff up, so it is a private group, but it keeps a lot of the spam out, which is nice. And I
And we're
actually kind of
almost-
prefer it that way.
Almost at 900 members.
Dustin's in here. Say good morning, ladies. Good morning, Dustin. We just got out here. We're doing a little bit of river carp fishing.
I put a ton of pack bait out there just now, so it's probably gonna take them a minute to find that.
You guys are more than welcome to share and talk about anything fishing related. Share it to the group. Send me links. I'll post it. Absolutely. You said July 12th, panfish tournament. Ooh, that'd be fun. Yakson here. You said good morning, everyone. Murica, that's right, buddy. Happy 4th of July. Everyone, yes, please stay safe this weekend. Lots of crazies.
That's why we're here at the river where not many people are.
Nope. Eric B said July 19th, Channel Cat tournament. The 26th, a bullhead tournament. Oh, that sounds fun. Eric, if we're if we're not friends, I'll have to, Lisa, if he sends you some links, send those to me. And I'll post them on the group, and if we're not working, maybe we'll be able to do some. We plan on doing live fishing tournament and all that this year, and a bunch of more tournaments, but the way that we work and work 12-hour shifts, we're just not able to get up on the water. This year we're doing more random fishing days, and we have random days off throughout the week, and it changes, so we don't really have a consistent schedule. And working 12-hour days, that gets turned into a 14 or a 16-hour day with driving and everything else. Eric B said, thank you for allowing me to speak about the show. Of course, buddy. And thank you, Lisa, if you do send those to me. Really wanted to do some tournaments this year, but you know that so-called work thing's always in the way. Gets in the way of all the fun and fishing. Yak said he's in Michigan right now, went bass fishing last night on his childhood lake. Caught 30 fish and hooked into a massive bowfin. He didn't land. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I know our buddy Rigging for Fatties, he was the first one in here this morning. He just got home. He was out all night. He said he hooked what he thought was his PB on his yak, a 60+ pounder, and wasn't able to bring it in. That's always heartbreaking, no matter what kind of fish it is. Those bowfin, though, they are super tricky to land.
They just have a really bony mouth. It's really hard to get a hook set. They're like muskie and pike, you know?
They have teeth, they have a powerful jaw, they actually have a cheek plate in their face, and it will tear away and break away. If you guys have never fished for bowfin, I know Danny and all them have talked about them before. They're not everywhere. They're kind of like snakeheads down in Florida. A lot of people mistake them for those. They're completely different, actually. And those bowfin have a face plate on the side of their mouth, and when you hook them, that whole face plate, probably about like a, well, it depends on the size of the fish, but 1 to 4 inch space on their face, and it'll break off. It's like a loose piece of skin. It's called a maxilla. Makes them 10 times harder to land with those teeth and stuff, and they fight so hard they're like torpedoes. We call them our freshwater tarpon. Eric B said he's also planning a bass fishing tournament. Ooh. Okay, and Lisa said he sent Eric's messaged me all the thumbnails. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the only bass that we ever caught on purpose that was huge, we were catfishing, and it was on a bluegill head, and it was a 5-pound, 10-ounce bass.
Yeah, that was your PB bass.
Yep. Still my PB to this day, because I wasn't intentionally fishing for him. I was catfishing.
Mr. Jerry Hager, 409 from Nebraska. Good morning. Good morning to you and Janice. Welcome in, buddy. We're doing some carp fishing, a little pop-up river fishing. Trying to beat the heat and just have a nice time and relax ourselves today. Got a big old takedown as soon as we started the live, but we got stuck in a big old tree down there. There's a massive tree that runs right there
under that tree
comes
branch
all the way up to about right here,
and you're fine around the trunk because they'll stay over that, but once they get down to those branches where they're hanging out of the water, they get wrapped up so quick.
Yep. And then we got another tree going this way and another tree going this way, and brush piles all alongside there, so we're throwing kind of in certain areas here around all these log jams and trees. This is all natural. They don't come in, dredge this, clean it up, nothing. So this is constantly changing, but from fishing here over the years.
It constantly changed when I come here too, because I bring in logs and pull them up to the shore.
Yep. We do log cleaning ourselves here.
Yeah, with a 50-pound braid. 50-pound braid, it'll bring that log right in.
Steve Hooker Thomas said don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
You want to see someone who's amazing at carp fishing? Yeah. Go watch some Steve Hooker Thomas.
No joke.
That man is one of the best carp fishermen I've seen.
He gets some massive ones too.
Yeah, he's always on the carp.
Bobby said might hit the Clen later. No way he's going to tap in. You'd wind up in the clink. Yeah, oh yeah. Stay away from there today, Bobby. That's why we didn't even try to go to the lake today.
I wasn't trying.
Nope, not about it. And on top of that, it was 90 degrees and
people are so much worse when they're drunk. I
Yeah.
just can't deal with it. And nothing against people who drink. If that's what you like to do, you do you. I'm just not the drinking type, and I can't stand being around a bunch of people who are drunk, so.
Not when it comes to safety, too, and boating on the water like that.
Yes.
That's just stupid and irresponsible. We have not been out there yet, Bobby, this year.
Clendening?
Yeah, we definitely need to go out there.
Yeah, no, we haven't been.
We fished it a lot last year.
I need to take the new boat out there. Well, it hasn't been out there yet.
Lisa said, Bobby, you ain't gonna catch any of us. Lisa, he has hopes and dreams.
I mean, Clendening has been being stocked with blue cats since 2011.
Yeah.
I don't understand actually how there's not a bigger population of big fish coming out of there. Like Hoover's booming, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I know Hoover's been stocked a little bit longer than Clendening.
Not too much longer. Bobby said, save beer for the bank. Yeah, that's right, Bobby. Ain't nothing wrong with it as long as you're doing it safely and you're not putting anybody else in danger or harming yourself.
It's the people that are going out there with these motors that are humongous, is going 100 miles per hour across the water, not watching out for people.
Just carelessness.
Yeah. Ugh. And the holidays always bring out more of those people.
Mm-hmm. You can have a good time and not be doing all that. Justin said alcohol makes people make bad choices. Buddy, you are 100% correct. I don't think anyone's ever made a good decision on alcohol. And then you get to thinking all the kids are out there and swimming and stuff and ugh. Scary, scary stuff. Especially being in a smaller boat too. Steve Hooker Thomas says he has to take off, but good luck. Well, thanks for stopping in, buddy. We'll probably be here for a little while. We're gonna try to beat the heat here, so we're gonna hang out as long as we can, and as long as this tree keeps us shaded, and hopefully we can catch some fish. If not, we'll be hanging out with everybody. We'll probably be here for a couple hours. And like I said, we do have the ultralights too, so maybe here in a little while we can find a spot and we'll set up a third rod and where we can catch a bluegill, maybe throw some cut bait out and see if we can get a bowfin or a river rat. I said Dustin True, that was the first wife. Alcohol enhances the mood. Someone is in for me nappy time.
Yeah, that's me anymore.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't drink. Like, one beer, I'm like, okay, I feel it. And then I get to another one, I'm like, all right, it's bedtime.
Did a lot of drinking when we were
Younger.
and got that all out of the way, and
Now I just fish.
yep. I can't do the drinking stuff. I'm a sissy. I get too much bad headaches. Warren Farley's in here. He said, yeah, live fishing. Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, we're doing a little pop-up 4th of July river fishing. Got some panko out. Going for some carp. We got our ultralights. Probably throw a worm out and some cut bait. See if we can get a channel rat and possibly a bowfin. We are staying away from the lake today. That is for sure. Oh, look, it's an eagle. Oh, I didn't even know if the camera caught that.
Oh, it's a juvenile.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Ah, dang it. Yeah, there are eagles here too. Yeah, we got us a nice little bank spot here, fishing the creek mouth. Clear waters, like right down below where Gabby is. Feeding into the river here. Was it here the last time you caught a bowfin on a worm? Or that was me?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I got one on a worm recently too.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if one takes that ultralight down.
I don't even see any fish down there.
We appreciate you guys hopping in and hanging out with us. Like I said, we're just doing a little pop-up fishing here.
Pop-up.
Got 8 people watching and 10 thumbs up. Thank you guys. We appreciate that. Anybody else going out fishing? Y'all staying off the water today? Fishing some bank spots? What's everyone doing today? Hanging out with family? Some cookouts? Anybody going to see some fireworks tonight? What y'all got planned for the 4th of July? No, I got this coffee plan, that's for sure. Lisa said she's being smart, staying off the water too. Yep. As soon as we got here, we had to spray ourselves with DEET. There's they don't spray out here, so the deer flies and the horse flies, oh my god, are they terrible.
And they attack you as soon as you get out of the car.
They swarm you like bees. "205 said good luck y'all. Welcome in, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. We're just gonna have a good old time here on the river and see if we can catch some fish today." Dustin said he's celebrating his birthday with family since he couldn't get everyone together last Tuesday. Well, happy birthday again, Dustin. And I hope you enjoy your celebrations. I'm not like Danny, I can't sing, so I'm not gonna do that for you. Might shatter the phone. Mr. Osborne's in here. He said, "Good morning, ladies in chat. Good morning. Welcome in, buddy. Appreciate you stopping in." We are staying off the river today, doing some blah blah blah. Staying off the lakes today and doing some river fishing. We got ourselves secluded in the middle of nowhere. In the swamps.
Look, there's a turtle. Not really. There's other people out here fishing.
Well, yeah. They're not near us though. See if we can wake these fish up this morning.
We had one really good one on, it broke off.
Yep, on that log down there. This is a super snag area, so this is a pretty difficult area to fish.
It's worth it though when you get the fish.
Oh yeah. And this river goes for miles and miles, over 20 miles, but there is very limited spots to fish.
Yeah.
Jerry said they're planning to fish tonight. They got a couple spots in mind to try. Well, good. I hope you get on some 4th of July fishies. What are you guys going for? Some carp too? Catfish? And definitely everyone, if you are going out, please be safe. There's lots of not so smart people out there making some bad choices, not thinking. Definitely be safe out there today. Jerry said they're going for whatever will bite. Yep, that's right. That's what we're kind of doing today. We got two of our trophy cat rods out right now with pack bait. We've got our ultralights and some worms. If these fish will cooperate a little bit, we'll catch some carp. If we can catch a bluegill, probably throw out some cut bait and maybe give that a toss out there too. See if we can pull us a little river rat out. It's nice to change it up and do some multi-species fishing, especially when these fish are in spawn or it's so hot like it is. We enjoy all kinds of fishing. I'm sure you guys know this. We do lots of multi-species fishing. And we definitely don't mind switching it up and doing bank fishing either. We have the boat, and even when we have the other boat, we enjoy bank fishing just as much. We don't really do too much bank fishing from our lakes, and we got a couple places we do that at, but
Most lake spots, there's too many people.
that too.
We don't really like being up on top of everyone.
Yeah. Well, we don't really have the space for it. We have very limited bank spots in Ohio. Or like she said, you're on top of each other. Jerry Hager said, the kid I gave the white trophy cat rod to last year caught up with him last night. He caught a 30-pound cat on it. That's awesome. Well, Jerry, thanks for giving that away and getting him on a fish. That's awesome. And you guys were able to re-catch back up too. That's awesome news. And some of you may know it, Trophy Cat is our sponsor. Those are the rods we're using today. These are the heavy rods. We choose to use those for the river spots and pulling these fish out and handling these fish the way that they do. You can visit Trophy Cat at trophycattackle.com. Check them out. They're on Facebook too. Yep, and you can use our discount code BenoitFish15, save you a little bit of extra money if you want to pick something up. PJ's got rods, reels, terminal tackle box, pre-made tackle boxes, all kinds of good stuff over there. And our reels that are on these are the PC Fun Chaos. And those are available on Trophy Cat Tackle as well. Jerry said top shelf stuff. Yep. Absolutely. These rods have 100% control all the time. Multi-purpose too. We are using them for carp today. Jerry said he don't care for the round reels, but he loves the alloys. Yep, we have those too. We just personally went with the round bait casters here just because we beat these things into the dirt, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we don't do any reel maintenance at all whatsoever, and these are some tough freaking reels, man. Never had issues with them. The original reason we got those was because those were actually our first bait casting reels, and someone had recommended that we use those to learn how to bait cast, and threw those out and never even bird nested or spidered. First time we threw them. And I said, yep, we'll go with those. And you can't beat them for the price that they are, for even with the price that they are. You can literally beat these things around. Wanted to try the alloys just to try them, but never have. And we actually have new mediums trophy cats sitting at the house that we are waiting on some reels for. So pretty soon we'll have some brand new medium trophy cat rods, new setups. And Jerry said the most important thing, what works for you. That's right, buddy. Telly's in here. She said good morning from the Cumberland River.
Morning, Telly.
Good morning, Miss Telly. Good morning, Chris, if you're awake. How you guys doing down there on the river? We were watching you guys hook up a couple times yesterday. Got some nice fish yesterday. We are doing a little bank fishing today, staying as far away from the lake as possible.
These carp seem to come through like everything else, just in big groups.
Got a couple handfuls of panko bait out there. Try and bait them in here.
And I'm surprised we haven't gotten a bite. Just depends on how they want to move through it, yeah.
Very peaceful spot here though. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Oh, I forgot we got breakfast. Stopped and got us a little bit of McDonald's this morning. Kelly said we're fishing. Chris says hi. They had a double up a few minutes ago. That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
How long have you guys been down there? Or how long will you be down there? Said biggest of 3 this morning was 9 pounds. Nice. Blue cat, I'm assuming. I don't know what that was, but something just jumped. Telly said they've been there since Tuesday, leaving Sunday, and yeah, it's blues. That's what I figured. Well, nice. I hope you guys are having a good time down there. That's definitely a body of water I wish that we could fish someday. It'd be incredible. I know you guys threw out the invite a while ago. It just wasn't something we were able to do this year. It would be a blast though. It's hot. Freddie and Nina are across the river from us. We'll yell at them and tell them we said good morning and hello. And you guys stay safe down there too with all the boaters. It's gonna be hot here today too. It's probably already almost 80 degrees. It's sticky and humid here already. It's gonna be close to 90 degrees. That's why we're out here doing a little bank fishing on top of trying to stay away from the lakes today with all the boaters. Steve said he's back, would miss a whole lot of nothing, Betty. No bites yet. You rebaited and threw some more panko down. Starting off a little slow this morning. But that's all right. We're out here just enjoying ourselves and enjoying this shade before that sun comes over these trees. He said, what you using? We're using our pack bait with oatmeal, corn, some strawberry jello, and panko breadcrumbs. Jerry said the heat and humidity been miserable here for the last couple of weeks straight. Yeah, it's about where it's been up here too.
It just hasn't let up.
No, it hasn't let up. The heat, the humidity, the pop-up storms and thunderstorms, the high winds and tornado warnings. Mother Nature just isn't happy this year. This year's been a little rough. And you know that so-called work thing that always gets in the way. It's always nice days when you go to work, and then when you're off, it's like, oh, it's a monsoon. So we have just been trying to get out here and fish when we can. It's about all you can do. Telly said they may head up to Sandusky in September. Ooh.
Let us know. We'll totally meet up with you.
Yes.
We go up there all the time. I actually debated today, but then they had a tournament out there this morning, and I was like, I don't want to do that either.
Yeah, they're doing a fourth, I forget exactly what they call it, but it's a
fourth fishing
freedom
tournament.
Yeah, tournament today. yes, if you guys do come up, let us know. We will arrange and fish with you guys. Ooh, and if you need a place to stay, my cousin actually just got a Airbnb up there. I'm not. Yeah, I might have to check. It might be closer to Michigan. It might not be as close as Sandusky, but definitely let us know. We will hook you guys up and pull some strings and see if we can get a hold of some buddies and get you guys a place to stay. Sandusky Bay is incredible. If you guys have never been up there, if you're gonna go anywhere, I suggest if you want to get some monster channel cats and just pull fish in after fish, that's definitely the place to be. They call it the walleye capital of the world and the yellow perch capital, but it's definitely catfish capital. What you do? You throwing a wormy out?
Yeah. Keep the Bowfin, I guess. Bowfin will bite on worms too, so.
Mr. Greenwell's in here. Welcome in, buddy.
Morning, Miss Mike.
Tally said she can do that. Never been there. Yeah, it's incredible. You guys will have such a blast. And depending on how long you guys are up here, we might be able to fish some other places too. Sandusky is incredible though. Maybe we can do a Ohio meetup too. We can get Jackie and Roger to come up with us. I'm sure they will. Chris and V from Catch Fish. I know they go up there too. Wednesday through Sunday. Okay, that'd be a good time. It's one of my favorite times to go up there is throughout the weeks and stuff because it's usually crowded on the weekends, so that'd be perfect. And we can plan ahead and sneak some days off of work. We might be sick that day.
We usually have days off through the week.
Yeah. Might get lucky and have some days off through the week too. Yeah, if you guys do come up though, Sandusky is amazing. We can definitely pre-fish though and get a bunch of gills and stuff we can throw in the tank. Make sure you hook you guys up with some gills for bait and stuff like that. Oh, something's getting your wormy. That was quick.
Probably a Bowfin.
Could be a Bowfin. Threw a third pole out with a worm in it. Grandma said, go to work sick and call in and go fishing. Yeah, exactly. I know you heard everybody talk about Sandusky Bay over and over, but you really can't emphasize much how great of a fishery it is. You got massive walleyes up there. The perch fishing's good. They do a lot of ice fishing up there. There are some monster fish that come out of Sandusky.
The shad are over 4 pounds.
Yeah, our big old gizzard shad. Huge drum up there.
We've caught 6-7 pound goldfish.
Yeah, they're big old goldfish that people let go and flush down the toilet and
Nah, it's probably more from them using as bait. But...
yeah, the old joke of flushing them down the toilet. Greeno said he caught a bowfin in the cast net this morning. Nasty things. Yeah, they can be.
They're so cool though.
They are really cool. They do have teeth, but they won't shred your net too much like a gar will. A lot of people hate on them. We love catching bowfin.
We've caught almost the Ohio record. We've been a few ounces off a few times.
I will catch that record bowfin one day. Ideally, it would be incredible to catch a catfish record, but you know. Our catfish records are a laughing stock and a joke. Telly said fog has been so thick every morning. Yeah, it has been here too with all that humidity and stuff. It's just sticky. It was actually really foggy when we got here this morning when we first started the live. We could barely see. And we're in a swampy area, so it was like 10 times worse here. All the water and the moisture.
Probably don't have much worm left. But that's okay. I'll leave it down there a little bit longer.
Yeah, fishy.
There's something messing with it. It could be a turtle though too.
Oh god, yeah, there's giant soft shells in here.
Big soft shells, like big ones. And then there's little baby ones. The other day we were seeing ones floating down the river like that size. It was really cute. I wouldn't mind one of those to put in a tank, a soft shell. That'd be epic. I don't even know if you're allowed to actually put those in a tank, but it would be cool.
You'd have to have a tub. We'd have to put it in the bathtub. A garden tub. Now, if you guys have never caught bowfin, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but a lot of people hate on those. I love catching them, especially during spawn, and the males turn those vibrant green and blue colors that literally makes them look like saltwater fish. It's incredible. We love us some multi-species, that's for sure. We ain't picky. We're happy with little tiny bluegills. Bowfin can be hard to catch though. We don't use treble hooks though. We choose not to use treble hooks. A lot of the time that's what people use, are treble hooks to fish specifically for them. We are not fans of treble hooks for anything or any kind of fish. They swallow it more. We like using circle hooks with them. Same thing with the catfish, just because it gets them right in the corner of that mouth, and it can get right behind that faceplate usually. And if you hook them enough, that faceplate won't fall off.
Yeah, you just have to set that hook like you're bass fishing.
Yeah.
Which you might see me do if a bowfin picks up this worm.
Yeah,
which I want to check because I bet there's not much. Yeah, there's nothing
chewing
left.
you?
It's gone. I put 2 worms on there, and that's what's left of it.
Bro, they clean. You got a flake on there.
A flake. Out of 2 worms. Out of 2 night crawlers.
Greenwell said the one today was army green and slimy.
Yeah.
We were both chasing shad. Yeah, they get crazy colors. So normally they're like a silvery color, and the males will actually have a black spot on their tail. But during spawn, I'll have to see if I can pull up a picture on Gabby Stone, and I'll put it in front of the camera and show you guys if you've never seen them. But they get a vibrant neon green and blue, and they're just gorgeous fish. They literally look like underwater dragons. They have these whiskers and kind of like a carp looking face, but they got teeth like pike and gar. There's some pretty gnarly fish, and boy are they slimy. They're just as slimy as a carp too. And we have caught some massive bowfins over the year. I have it set in my head that one of these days I'm gonna catch a record. We've been so close, literally ounces close. And they fight so hard. They fight just as oh Lord. They fight just as hard as carp do. People don't eat it. Well, some people eat them. I don't think that's a fish that I would ever try eating.
To each their own.
Yeah. pretty much, people call them trash fish.
They might taste good. You never know.
I don't know.
People say carp tastes good, but I'm not willing to try that either.
Same thing. People say they're trash fish too. So, here is a picture. This is one of the bowfin that we have caught. So you guys can kind of see inside their mouth here. The inside of their mouth and their lips will turn like a neon green. That's kind of what their face will look like. And if you can see their teeth, razor blade teeth. Show you guys a couple more pictures here. Some better ones. They get way super vibrant. Crazy, crazy colors. So this is one that Gabby's caught. And then you can see the fins are super neon green here. And then there's that black spot I was telling you about, the males usually have. And then sometimes they'll get this effect. They'll have green and blue and purple hues that actually looks like a rainbow on their tail. And then the females are usually, this is what they normally look like. Real scaly and slimy like a carp. The females won't have that black spot on them. Really gnarly, epic fish. And they fight so hard. Greenwell said he was multi-species fishing today, 7 different kind of fish in the cast net. Well, hey, that's a good day.
Yes, sir.
You're doing a lot better than we did. Get them all in one shot. That's the way to do it.
We had one carp and it broke us off.
Yep, right in the freaking tree. Then these bowfin will actually, when they're spawning too, that was a bowfin. Yes, it was.
And then I almost hit Allison with the lead sinker because he let it go.
That's all right. Wouldn't be the first time.
Did I hit you with a lead sinker? I don't hit you
a
with
little
lead
one.
sinkers.
A tiny one.
Oh, tell the internet I abuse you.
Yeah, the bowfin will spawn like catfish, and the tails will get all tore up and stuff. They'll fan the beds.
I almost had him.
Yeah, you did. Greenwell said he bumped a 15-pound blue so far. That's awesome. Wanted to get into some more bumping, but can't get past that anchoring. We're stubborn and stuck in our ways.
Our boat's not really big enough for us to have batteries enough to bump, but maybe when we get a bigger boat, we'll try some of it.
That totally was a bowfin though.
Yes, it was.
They're so hard to hook. If you guys have never fished for them, they're super hard.
If I used a treble hook, it probably would be easier.
We just choose not to.
I'll get one with a sea hook eventually. Just using a, like, pretty sure like 4-5/0 sea hook.
With a worm.
Yep, with some worm on it. Big old juicy night crawler.
And you gotta kind of let them take off. It's almost the equivalent of fishing for a gar. You gotta kind of let them chew on it for a little bit, take it, but then at the same time you gotta set that hook. Hopefully we can land one for you guys, even if it's just a tiny one.
That was a tiny one.
Yeah, it was.
He was like a little torpedo. He was like that long, and I shot him up out of the water because he wasn't fully. He didn't have it fully in his mouth.
Yeah, that face plate. We'll definitely show you guys. A lot of states don't have them.
They live in the most crazy places.
Yep, unoxygenated water, rivers, swamp areas, marshes. A couple lakes have them. Oop, oop, oop. You got
Getting
nibbed
hit
again.
again?
Yep, on that worm. Maybe we can
So
hook
there's
him.
a bunch of bowfin out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Man, are they hard to hook set to. We would have probably an easier time using those treble hooks, but like I said, we just choose not to. I don't like doing that to the fish. I'd rather lose them safely and lose a fish than
Have them run around with a treble hook
Yeah.
and kill it.
not be able to get a treble hook out of them. Makes the fishing all the more fun, right? And a lot of the time they do get confused for the invasive snakehead. So unfortunately, a lot of people kill these bowfin mistakenly because they think they're an invasive species and they're not. They're actually native here. And we do not have snakehead here also. So why people confuse them, not quite sure.
Yeah, snakeheads are only like down south in Florida and stuff like that. Not Ohio.
Nope, bowfin are native here to Ohio.
Something's hitting it.
He's playing with you. It's because we got this live going. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna screw around with you today.
The camera's rolling.
Yep, that camera's rolling. That camera starts rolling, then fish stop biting.
Nah, they're biting. They're just being really finicky today. I'm surprised we haven't got a carp bite. I'm probably gonna reel those in and check
So
them.
we might have to check those carp baits. All right, don't make me get the ultralight out and put a worm on there and cut up some cut bait, because I'll do that too.
I mean, I was trying to find some bluegill down there. I didn't find any.
I might have to go to the other side.
Throw some more pack bait on it, more corn.
Little nibs of corn.
If that worm starts getting hit, you're on worm duty.
I'm on worm duty.
Yeah, while I'm baiting this pack bait up.
Yeah, and these bowfin, we call them freshwater tarpon. They fight just as hard as carp. They don't stop. They are powerhouses of fish. Lisa said, Randy loves bumping now. I blame Bobcat.
I could blame Bob. Yeah, you could blame Bobcat for that. He's totally.
You guys got some nice bumping rivers and stuff down there, though.
We're not close to the Ohio River at all.
No, we are 3 hours away from the Ohio River, and that's just the trip there. So it's a 6-hour trip driving, plus all the time that we spend out on the water. So we don't really visit the Ohio too much. If we can't take the dogs, we don't like leaving them that long. With it being so hot, we don't really fish the Ohio much. Roger and Jackie are definitely way closer to the Ohio River. We are closer way north of Sandusky Bay.
To Sandusky Bay.
We're about an hour and a half south of Sandusky Bay. So the majority of the time we are anchored up and we're anchor fishing and moving spots anchor fishing. There are channel cats in here too. Say don't hit that freaking tree.
I know, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, good old bumping Bobcat. You can blame him, Lisa. Taking Randy away from me from bumping. I'm trying to peck at that worm, huh?
Yep.
So Osborne said, for some reason I thought you ladies were from Kentucky. Nope, we are in Ohio. The big OHIO. That bird almost went right into your line.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yep, we are from Ohio, Mr. Osborne. We are on the other side of the river. Bobby said, Osborne, how dare you, O-H-I-O. Yeah, we don't go to that side. Chad's from that side. He has cooties.
That's true.
Chad tainted that water. He said he's in Hocking himself. Oh, okay. Nice. How far is Hocking from us?
2-3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, Fields to Waters over there. Chadwick Fields. We don't mess with his cooties. You can see him nibbling.
He was.
Tricky, tricky fish. Especially with sea hooks.
I didn't bring, yeah, I should have brought that other box. I didn't.
You caught them on those hooks before. It's a little tricky if they all are the smaller bowfin. He came right back for it. Might just have to give him a minute to munch down on it. If he's smaller though, he won't pick up that hook. Lisa said, Bobby, be nice to Lee. Lee, I'm sorry, my brother's so mean. Well, what do they say? You're not mean, you're honest. We have never caught a flathead here, but I really do wonder, possibly, if there could be some floating around in here too.
This water can get really low here, so the only reason I would say why there wouldn't be is because sometimes it gets so low that like there's not much oxygen in here, and you can tell like even the carp and the bowfin are surfacing to get air, and like this river will almost become like
A dry creek bed.
dry
Well,
creek
riverbed.
bed. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, and then there'll just be holes of areas that it has water in it. We've had some bad droughts, it's gotten that bad.
Yes, completely dried up.
But I wouldn't doubt, like, if there's big enough holes for them to hide in, they'd be there. Probably have to float it with a, like, kayak or canoe or something.
Oh, yeah.
We've thrown live bait a bunch of times, but the only thing that ends up happening is the bowfin destroy it.
Yes.
Live goldfish, live bluegill, anything like that, they just destroy it. They just attack it till it's dead.
Or we get the occasional channel rat coming through.
Yeah. Or a turtle.
Yeah, turtles. Lots and lots of turtles in here. soft shells, water turtles,
Snapping turtles.
snappers. Oh god, the snappers and the soft shells. Biggest turtles I've ever seen that come out of here.
Oh, thanks. Found a smaller hook. See if we can get a bowfin that way.
Did you find a smaller hook?
Yeah.
Well, throw on a smaller hook and see if we can get a bowfin to hook up.
Smaller sea hook.
Miss Telly said we've seen a lot of gar here this week. Oh, I bet, especially with those temperatures, those gar love that heat.
And they are so much more active.
The bowfin are kind of the same way. They're more tolerant of the heat. They don't care.
They like it. The carp do too usually.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, we caught a bunch literally a few days ago when we were here. Like 7 or 8 of them in like a few hours. But they're being stubborn today.
Have you caught any gar down there, Telly? Or are you guys just seeing them everywhere? And having them take off with your bait a little bit? Yeah, those gar love the heat. Get a lot of gar over at Hoover. Tried to stay away from Hoover this year just because the overcrowding and stuff. We don't really go to Hoover too much. Telly said their water temps are 79.
Dang.
That's about what they were here one of the last lakes that we went to this week. Especially that last few 90, 100-degree days. I'm not sure what the river is temping here. She said they didn't catch any. The one and only they caught was in the Ohio River and it was 4 foot long. Well, that's a nice one then.
Look what he did to my worm already.
Chewed it right off, huh?
Unreal. But I
Those
can't
teeth.
catch them.
Hopefully throwing that smaller hook on might help a little bit, especially if they are smaller. Yeah, there's some nasty gar in the Ohio River too. Justin said, all right, he's headed to the grocery store. Good luck and tight lines. Hope we have a wonderful weekend. You too, Justin. Again, happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks
Enjoy
for stopping in, man.
Yep, enjoy your birthday celebrations today with your family. Be safe. Appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully we'll get a couple to hook up here. If not, we're just going to enjoy it and enjoy it while we can before we get sweated out. Be safe, buddy. Still got 11 people watching and 13 likes. Thank you guys for hitting that like button and hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Hoping to catch a couple for you guys.
I'm very bound and determined, so I usually get eventually something pays off.
I'm telling you, the few lives that we do, they're like, oh, they're going live. such a peaceful spot though. Come on, fishy, fishy. Keep pecking at that worm.
Yep.
You can tell that's what he wants, but you just need him to hook up. And when those bowfin bite, they kind of just bite and shred it and bite and shred it just like gar do. They'll try and carry it off and not quite hook up. Shelly said, are you using StreamYard? Nope, we're just running live right through YouTube. We don't pay for any of that. We don't really do too many lives. I think this is probably what, only our fourth live stream, something like that. We're just running it straight through YouTube. Never tried using StreamYard. Didn't figure too many would be live today, especially so early in the morning, so figure we'd just pop up here. David Taylor Jr.'s in here. He said, good morning ladies, just checking in this morning. Haven't any luck yet this morning. We had a nice carp hookup, but unfortunately he went right into a tree. There's a tree out here, so we didn't get to bring him in. But we got some rods out. We're carp fishing and gonna try a little bit of bowfin fishing too. Jelly said, Chris said, too bad. Chris said, too bad. You could have if you had famous hooks and hammocks in there.
Yeah, because if we use StreamYard, they could join us.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm gonna have to learn how to do is look into some StreamYard maybe, so people can join us up here, so we can fish with our friends. Yeah, David, we're using some pack bait. We got some pack bait out there. Made our own pack bait for some carp. We got a couple rods out for those, and we got a worm on this rod out here. Trying to hook up into a bowfin. said, awesome, best of luck today. Have a happy, safe 4th of July. You too, buddy. Yeah, we're playing it smart, doing some bank river fishing, staying off the lakes today. Kelly said there's a free version for so many hours of the month. I think it's 20. That's not bad. Definitely have to look into it. That way whoever wants to join us can join us and fish with us. Oh, there goes that worm again. Just shaking that line.
I wish you would just take it.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not a turtle. Something's playing with it.
I was gonna say probably just shredding the worm.
Eat it all off there. Yeah, we're trying to do a little bit more lives, just a little bit more harder, especially this year. With this weather, and then the days that we do get, we just don't go live and we end up making a video. Definitely have to look into it though. That way we're able to share the link out and people can fish with us too. I don't know what that was, but something jumped across the water. Something's jiggling that bowl. You can just see the line barely moving.
Oh, a turtle.
There goes those locusts already this morning. The heat is a-coming. Starting to play a little musical rods here. Back to the other one. That worm's a-dancing down there. And those of you that are out on the lakes and stuff and traveling, please be careful today. You clean your worm off again.
Yep.
Good thing you brought the worms.
Yeah, there we go.
Got 2 dozen to go through. See a whole mess of fish blowing up everything.
All right, let's sacrifice another worm.
Only using about 2 ounces to hold the bait down. This river's not flowing too much, just enough.
For real, we don't have anything smaller than 2, so.
No. There's been times though we've had to use 5 or more to hold the baits down here. Depending on how fast this water is going through. Kelly said, yes, please be safe, come off the water. At the first sight of pleasure boats, they have massive boats here and come back out in the evening. Yeah, I don't blame you. And something I wasn't fooling with today was all the pleasure boaters. Then some of the lakes that we go to, there's a little bit smaller and there's more boaters than there is water sometimes. Everyone's got jet skis and pulling water boards and all kinds of stuff. Even in the no wake zones, people don't pay attention to those either. And that guy was jamming. There goes that worm again. Carp don't want to play this morning.
Apparently.
Lisa said it's 76 right now. Gonna get up to 91. Who wants to go clean off the boat with us? Well, Lisa, at least you'll be wet and you'll be cooled down.
Just spray each other a few times.
Yeah. Supposed to get close to 90 today here too.
Oh, you guys are taking stuff off because you're getting a new motor? That's awesome. Heck yeah. Going with a bigger motor?
Tyler said, if he lived close, he'd give y'all a hand. Yeah, we're quite a bit of ways from Miss Lisa and Randy.
Yeah.
Just put Randy to work, Lisa.
Yeah, you set up the live and you watch him.
Yeah. Sit back and get you some iced tea. Kick your feet up.
She ain't gonna do that to him.
She said they're going from a Merc 90 horse 2-stroke to a Honda 115 4-stroke. Ooh.
That's awesome. Nothing like upgrading, you know? We just got some new toys for our boat too.
Yes,
Ours,
we
there's
did.
no worm.
They really took it off again?
Yep.
It might be a turtle.
Nah, it's Bowfin. That's why they're just pecking at it.
We said Randy is gonna love that 4-stroke. Nice, guys. Congrats on the new edition. It's exciting. New fishing toys are always exciting. Been debating back and forth. We have our little boat up for sale. Kind of just at the point where if it sells, it sells. If not, we'll just end up keeping it. But we are planning on getting a bigger boat eventually. We just need something bigger to pull a bigger boat. Because what we have right now is just big enough to pull our 13-footer with the trailer, so we're gonna have to get a bigger vehicle before we get a bigger boat to pull something. At least want a 16-footer. 16, 17-footer. 18 would be incredible, but like I said, we need a bigger vehicle before we do all that.
Oh, did I really get hooked on bottom again?
Oh, there you go. Gotta love those log jams. Lisa said they're upgrading everything from the floor up. Ooh.
That's awesome.
Oh, there goes that worm. Well, that's exciting. You guys doing like a whole remodel? Kelly said fish on. Woohoo!
Good girl.
Get 'em, get 'em. Telly, are you guys anchored or bumping or drifting? What are you guys doing? Lisa just said just over time, not all at once. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
We've been slowly adding to our boat.
Yep. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Carp?
I don't know. That was a bowfin. He popped off. That was definitely a bowfin.
Go ahead, cast it back
Sure
out.
was.
Yeah, go ahead, cast it back out.
Not kidding, guys, when I say these things are so hard to hook into.
We don't have the right hook.
Nah,
And I forgot the other box.
that's alright. We're mainly going for the carp today. The bowfin were just a bonus. See if we can get you guys hooked up on some fish. They are so hard to hook up. Telly said, Chris's turn, they are dragging. Nice. Wasn't sure how your guys' water was down there.
Hope you guys catch a big one.
Lisa said they're looking at EVA foam for the boat flooring instead of carpet. Yeah, that EVA foam is nice. We have the wood floor in the bottom of ours, and somebody put like this weird vinyl flooring in. So if we do end up keeping this boat, we were talking about redoing it and doing some EVA foam too. Soundproof a little bit better too. And nice to walk on. Especially when them fish are bouncing around like they are. Hopefully we can hook one of these bowfin and show them off to you guys.
Or carp.
Yeah, or a carp.
Anything?
Anything at this point. It's a smaller bowfin. When those bowfin are smaller like that, it makes it 10 times harder. Something's already messing with that worm again. Spit it.
It was in a log.
Mm. Yeah, that EVA foam should be real nice, Lisa. There we go. Seems to be the spot that they keep coming back to. We're fishing probably around over a dozen separate log jams here, thrown in every piece's part and piling. Then we got to watch out in front of us because there's an entire tree down out there. That's what broke us off this morning. Get some fresh pack bait out here and rebait and see if we can at least get one to hook up. Giving it the old pecky peck.
Yeah. I think we're just feeding them.
Yeah. No wonder they're not biting. We fed them too much. Lisa said they are getting a new bimini that has the mesh sides. Sat outside for about an hour under it and never got hot. It was nice. Oh, I bet. That'd be incredible.
Would be amazing.
Keep the bugs out too. Well, that should look real nice when you guys get all that set up. Staying cool in the water is no joke. Gotta stay cool and stay hydrated out on the water. The old pecky peck. Come on, buddy. Hook up. Lisa said they're getting a new helm, new captain's chair, another fishing seat, and gonna move the batteries to the front since the motor weighs more. Yeah. I know with our little boat we have so much stuff, so Gabby sits back with the motor and I sit towards the front of the boat, put all our stuff up there, and it's still not enough to keep the weight down in the front of the boat. But yeah, if you guys having that bigger engine, definitely got to keep that front down. You guys should do a before and after. Can't wait to see it once you guys get it all set up.
Look at the turtle.
Little itty bitty baby turtle. Open.
Something. I had it for a split second. Man, I wish I had a smaller.
That's the smallest one we got too.
Yeah, I know.
Lisa said they got 3 batteries for the trolling motor and they'll be moved to the front. Nice. Yeah, before and after would be cool. At least with some pictures anyways. Yeah, Yeah, make sure you guys stay hydrated. It's supposed to be hot when you guys are out there working on the boat. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke is not fun. Not fun at all. Doesn't take too much either. Be surprised on what an hour in the sun will do. Lisa said, always do. Uncle died from heat exhaustion. Oh no. Yeah, I've had it a couple times. Me and the heat don't get along at all. I get burned real easy. I've had heat exhaustion, heat stroke. I know it's like pickle in the middle trying to get them in these log jams.
These log jams.
There's over a dozen different ones down there. Get it right where you want to. I'm sorry about that, Lisa. No joke at all. Oh man, he said he went to the house, take a cold shower, and then the moment he got out of the shower, found him face down. I don't know. That's awful. Sun has only gone 15 minutes to get lunch. That's crazy. Well, if we don't catch anything here soon, we could possibly move to another spot. There's one other bank spot area we might be able to get. Just depends on if something's there, but if something's there, we won't be able to fish it, so. Oh, well, that was a bowfin that just surfaced on the water. Right below your line. Yeah, I don't know. We may or may not make a move here. Pretty soon. There's one other bank spot that's accessible that we can go to. It's about 5 minutes away from here. Debate on moving and losing this spot or trying to go to another spot and getting hooked up there. There's no shade at the other spot either, so.
But if that's where the fish are.
Yeah. Lisa said, I think it was an initial hit from the cold that got him. Yeah, probably the shock.
Yep.
That's what they tell you, not to cool down too quick, because sometimes cooling down too quick is what makes it worse. What? Lisa said, if I get to that point, I can't breathe, I get in the AC. Yeah, you just got to be careful doing that. You want to kind of warm up slow as much as it sucks. Ooh.
Did it get hit hard?
Yeah.
Which one?
This one, the worm.
Go ahead, try. Got him?
Yep. For now.
Bowfin?
Oh, he came off. Yep, that was a bowfin.
Dang flabbit!
That's what they do, guys. That's what the hook that we're using.
It's tiny.
It's tiny, but the way these fish hook up, man. Not kidding, they are hard fish to get hooked. And if they got it in that face plate in the corner of their mouth, you ain't hooking them. We're gonna try to though. I'm gonna fix this worm up. He's hooked up for a minute. We're gonna keep playing with it. I know, Lisa, dang it. These fish really are really hard to hook up to. We were talking about them earlier. Like I said, we could use a treble hook, but I don't like doing that. Come on, fish. They're here. We just got to get them to hook up. Or like I said, we might be able to move to a different spot, but then we lose our shade, and if there's someone there, then there's no fish in it. That was definitely a bowfin though.
Just be careful going up that high. You have to go that way just a little bit. I just don't want you to get stuck in those logs, baby.
No. Everywhere. I was debating on it.
Yeah, go that way, like straight towards the middle, and there's a hole there with nothing in it. Except for fish. Yeah, right there. That's perfect. It's just a pain in the butt, and I don't want to have to break you off, break the line off yet. If we can save what? We've lost 2 or 3 leads today, so.
There's like 4 more logs down there from the last time we were here. Telly said, Chris wants to know how long you're gonna be live. I'm not sure. We're kind of debating here.
On moving spots.
On moving spots, but like I said, if we leave this spot and go to the other spot, there could possibly be someone there. It's about 5 minutes down the road. There's no shade there, and if someone's there, we could potentially end up losing this spot too if someone comes in and swoops this spot if we leave. What time is it now? 9:30. We was planning on being live for most of the afternoon. Oop, carp. We take it in that tree.
He broke it off. Or no, he just came off.
So many freaking trees. Perks of river fishing, right? You take your bait.
Sometimes I think I suck at fishing.
There really is so many logs. I don't think you guys can even see it on the camera, but there's probably a dozen. Ooh, oh, come on, fish. A dozen log jams that were any, mini, miny mowing in between here and a whole freaking tree.
would be a trumpeter swan.
Yes, it would. Carp rod just got hit again.
Did it?
Yeah.
That side one again? All right, give it a second. They've got to take it. We've never had any problems with these carp hooking up. We caught how many yesterday?
Because we're doing a live. Camera's on. Still playing with this one. Which one's gonna go first? Might have to check that worm soon. Might have nibbled that worm back off. Dante Bauer, welcome in. He said, what are you fishing for? We are fishing for carp right now. We've got our own pack bait out. We made some pack bait. So we are going for some carp today. And possibly a bonus bowfin. There are also channel catfish in here, so we might possibly pick up one of those on a worm. Dink over Stinks in here. He said, hello Benoit ladies, happy 4th. Happy 4th, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. We're bank fishing today. Staying off the lakes, away from the boaters.
Throwing pack bait out.
Gotten a couple nice takedowns this morning already. We lost one in a tree way out there this morning. Hooked into a big carp. But we lost him.
Had a bunch of bites.
Bunch of bowfin bites.
Haven't hooked up, and carp bites.
Once those bowfin start thrashing and throw that hook, Dink said, man, I hear that. Ain't nobody will catch me at the lake today. Yep, that's exactly what we said. Especially with it being 90 degrees today too pretty soon. You weren't gonna catch us at the lake today. No way. And if you are out there, please be safe and be careful. We're just enjoying ourselves before this big old heat wave comes in. Debating on moving spots or not. And for all the veterans that are in here, thank you for serving active or on non-active duty, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to enjoy these freedoms that we have today on our Independence Day. And if you see a veteran, make sure to say thank you. Strike up a conversation with them. You see one in public, not just today, but every day. We celebrate our freedoms every day. Lisa said, okay, time to clean the boat. Have a great day. If you fall, please let me know. Will do.
We will, Lisa. We'll be like, Bobby, tell your sister.
Stay hydrated, Lisa. We're gonna keep at it here for a little while. Lisa said, I'm married to that. Will you make sure to tell Randy thank you? Miss Tilly, if we start a live, will you join us? You know what, Miss Tilly? That sounds like a good idea. I think we are probably gonna move spots anyways. So we might just end our live here. Since we're not catching no fish, well, we're hooking up on fish, we just can't get them up on the bank, but there's a couple other spots we could try. One in particular that I want to try, it's about like 5 minutes down the road.
So if they want to start up a live.
Yeah, if you guys want to start up a live, I think we're going to end up cutting this one and
finding another spot.
We're going to take a drive and that freaking tree, isn't it?
Got it.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go find another spot. The other spot isn't as snaggy as this one,
no.
So we're gonna bait it up and...
It might just be a little bit more fuller too, so the river might be up a little bit higher.
On that end?
On that end, so yeah, we might... Well, we are. Yeah, we are. We're gonna move spots. So, we are probably gonna end this live here, and we're gonna pack it up and drive about 5 or 10 minutes. So yeah, if you guys want to go live, we will absolutely join you guys. But we appreciate you guys coming in, so we'll go ahead and do that. How about we'll end our live, and Chris and Telly from Hooks and Hammocks are going to start up a live, so we're going to go join them.
I don't even have any corn on there again.
Nice. Well, hey, destiny's destiny, right? It's trying to tell us something.
Go away.
Go away. Find a new spot. Yeah, worst comes to worst, if anything, we'll be a few minutes too, so we'll definitely jump in. You guys go ahead, get your stuff started, and we're gonna end ours here. We appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with us. So we're gonna end this, and Chris and Telly from Hooks and Hammocks are gonna start up a live. She said they're hooking in a fish right now. Chris is fighting. He'll be a few, so
No worries.
perfect.
Take your time.
Yep, perfect. We're gonna pack up here, end it. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Like I said this morning, happy 4th. And if you guys are still hanging around, we're gonna join Hooks and Hammocks, Chris and Telly. So we're gonna move spots, and we will see you guys here in a little bit. Thank you for all the thumbs up and everybody watching this morning.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yep, if
Give
you haven't.
some support. We're going to be doing the giveaway raffle for the giveaway here very soon.
Yes.
You guys don't want to miss that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can see it on there. And we'll catch you guys later. Benoit Fishing Outdoors.
We'll see you guys in a few minutes over on Chris and Telly's channel on Hooks and Hammocks. Catch y'all in a bit.